Because you're weak. Excuse me?
You're weak.
Weak like how? What are you talking about?
You're weak.
This is how you feel?
That's how I feel.
So guys, I want to talk to you about another video which I watched from Ready to Love. Own TV are always uploading little clippets of films. So I wanted to talk to you about a particular one I watched. I think it's called Melinda, You'll Never Be Number One. And the first one I want to say is, listen, Aaron has got a mouth on him. Now, I watched another clip where they were talking literally about the men were being addressed by this guy, and I can't remember his name, and he was saying that they need to start being honest, right? So obviously I'm guessing that Aaron took that advice.
I feel like I've been doing a little bit of just giving some people what they want to hear.
So you've been doing that with me?
Okay, so we get this video where Aaron just opens up and starts being honest about how he truly feels. And in that honesty where he's telling them where he truly feels, the truth of the nature of how he's behaved suddenly begins to creep out. And one thing I also understood was that when Melinda was talking to the girls in another clip as well, the girls told her to slow down. Hey, just slow down, you don't know what Aaron is, We already knew that. We can see from the audience that Aaron is just moving mad. But, you know, Melinda was being advised by the girl, slow down, but she didn't really want to. Cool. So now when she gets to this meeting, I want you to understand, when he first says a certain bar,
everything put in the right place. Same time, I want to make sure that you understand where we stand.
Oh God, here we go.
When he says that bar, yeah, then Melinda instantly knows something's up, which lets me know that Melinda already knew something would be up before then. Or she anticipated, because she's been in this position before several times, where she's understood that the male is about to be honest and it's going to be a negative towards her. So she instantly sips her drink, knowing that literally something big or something honest, which might not be painful, is about to come. And in that particular moment, we get Aaron now telling the truth, and he's very crafty about the way he does it, because he uses certain language. He doesn't definitively say, listen, Melinda, I don't want you.
I mean, it's just been
undecided.
It's been undecided for me.
Have you been keeping it real with me, Aaron?
Listen what I'm saying. When I hear how you're feeling about things, I wouldn't sit here and just say that, hey, look, you're the person that I see that I'm gonna select right now. I mean, obviously, there's just too many people around for me to even think like that.
He doesn't definitively say to Melinda, I don't like you. He doesn't definitively say to Melinda, I don't want to continue talking to you. He's very crafty in the words that he chooses purposely. And I want to say the reason why he does that is because he's trying to keep her on a leash. You see, what you have to understand is that this particular game that they're playing, Ready to Love, where people have choices, is always a problem. Anybody who has choices will always have too much power and tend to abuse that power that they've got.
Hey, look, you're the person that I see that I'm going to select right now. I mean, obviously, there's just too many people around for me to even think like that.
And this is where Aaron is. Aaron had so many women after him, and now coming with Melinda, you can see that obviously he's trying to keep, and I think he finds her attractive. I think he finds this woman to be intriguing, and I feel like he likes the woman in that aspect. But any deeper, it's not a no-go. You understand? It's a no-go. So for him, understanding that he wants to keep her on a leash, so that just in case, and this is the problem, a lot of men want a just in case this doesn't pop off, I'm going to keep you around so that I can still flow. And a lot of times also it's about ego. So he wants to keep the girl on the leash so that his ego can be fulfilled. Because if I keep you on the leash, you're still feeding me. You know, that's what she said. She said to him, oh, you're having late night phone calls, right?
Here,
I'm telling you what's real.
Do I need to pull out the receipts of what you've been saying to me?
Do what you need to do.
Okay, let's pull out the receipts. Like multiple FaceTime. I mean, like it's like FaceTime after FaceTime after FaceTime. And you look at my call list, AC.
Deep it. She said she went through all she went through the receipts. You know how women are. She went through the receipts and obviously showed them, listen, you've been on my FaceTime calling me late nights past 1 o'clock.
Call me at 1 o'clock in the morning, keeping me up all night, telling me that I'm your number one.
Now let me let you this know, if I'm calling you at 1 o'clock, you're somebody who I'm going to be intimate with. I'm calling you at 1 o'clock. Not that I called you and the conversation went into 1 o'clock. I called you at 1 o'clock, which means I'm wanting some type of pillow talk, or I'm wanting a very deep conversation where I'm going to allow myself to be free. Because what you have to understand is late night calls always allow us to exhibit a bit more vulnerability. Something about the night allows us to be vulnerable towards the person we're talking to. So late night calls, listen, if you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend, lock it off. Anyway, listen, lock it off. You understand? Lock it off. Anyway, so boom. So you get a situation where she's telling him, like, you've been calling me several times, letting me know Wagwan, and then you're going to turn around and tell me something else now. So she even tells him, listen, be consistent with what you said at 1 o'clock last night.
But where do we stand? And keep it real with what you tell me at night.
So they were speaking about last night. And then he's now okay, he's now thinking about how do I say this thing to her to make sure that she doesn't get too angry so she leaves me completely, but I still win. Because the whole thing about Aaron is he wants to win. And he wants to win in the sense of that he wants things to work in the time that he wants it to be. If he wants to move to you, he wants it to work in his time. If he wants you to leave, he wants it to work in his time. If he wants a relationship with you, he wants it in his time. He's very selfish in that nature. He's trying to make things work on his time clock. You understand? Because the reason why he's doing that is because he's not interested. You know, he's not fully interested in that girl. Do you understand? He's not allowing things to naturally flow. He wants to control. You understand? Deep it. Cool. So when Aaron says, obviously, the bar, you know, thoughtful decision.
Aaron.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's been undecided for me just because I want to give a thoughtful decision around what I'm doing.
What he's really saying is I'm trying to buy time to come up with a good excuse. And, you know, I'm going to be very consistent here. In the last video, I said that Dr. Lexi had masculine energy, the way she presented herself. And I want to say also that Melinda has a little bit of masculine energy, but it doesn't go as far as Lexi. And what I mean by that is that Melinda's very forward. Very forward. She knows exactly what she wants. And I think that comes from the fact that she's a little bit older than some of the guys. So she knows what she wants. She's not going to waste time. Do you understand? And so she's very putting her foot forward. I know what I want. This is what I want. And in the last video, she actually said it. She said, obviously, look, you know, Mike said it. He came in and he said he wanted Tiffany and claimed her. This guy also came in and said it. He wanted her. He got her. I just want to be claimed. That's what she said. I just want to be claimed. And so she knows what she wants. She wants to be claimed at the end of the day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you put your best foot forward, you can be a little bit masculine in the sense of you're trying to dictate the pace, and men don't really like that. But in this case, I'm not discussing that. In this case, I'm discussing the fact that she had to call him out on his bullcrap. It's simple as.
Oh, it's not hard to tell me something. It's hard for you to tell me one thing and then turn around and totally be the opposite
So
of what you
what
said.
have I...
That's because you can't be presented to somebody, telling somebody one thing and then do the opposite. So you're telling her, listen, you're my number one. And I know he definitely said that you're my number one. I know, guys, and I know how we are. We lie. And we say things to sweeten you because we know how words affect you. It's from since the day of Adam and Eve. Words affect women. We know this. It creates pictures in your head and you begin to run with that picture. So he's obviously said so many different things, sweetening her up. And even at the beginning of the video, he sweetened her up.
You know, you're a quality woman, right? In every single way. One thing that I'm really attracted to is your drive and your hustle. And you know, I'm thinking about building a life with someone. I'm thinking about, okay, what can the future look like? You got everything put in the right place.
Did he not drop diamond bars? You know what I'm saying? He's sweetening her up, and in the same sense, he was sweetening her up in the nighttime in the conversations to keep her on his side, and she exposed him. And you saw that because even when he got exposed, this is why I'm saying to you that Aaron wanted to control the conversation. When she exposed him, the first thing he did was he kind of sat back, was like, oh, okay, like what are you gonna bring to the table? You know, and eventually he was even saying, you know, you're spicy.
And that you ain't feeling angel, and that ain't nobody else got. Oh yeah. Let's just keep this 100% real. Very spicy.
Oh, you spicy.
Spicier than this goddamn hot sauce right here.
When he got embarrassed, he realized, listen, I'm gonna have to try and rectify the situation to make sure I'm still looking good. I'm still looking in control of the conversation. But the thing had been, he got hit so hard, he had no time to recover. Because the first thing she said was, you're weak, that's why. Boom.
Around what I'm doing. Like you're weak. Excuse me?
You're weak.
You're weak like how? What are you
You're
talking
weak.
about?
You're weak.
This is how you feel.
That's how I feel.
That puts him on his back foot because he's not sure. How do you respond to that? Because someone's coming with a bars, you get me? She's not saying, listen, you played me. She's saying, listen, you're weak. You understand? It's a very clever thing that Melinda did. I don't know if she even did it on purpose or what, or that's just probably her nature. But when she said you're weak, it touched something in him, a nerve, yeah? Because it didn't force him to try and play her more. It forced him to now try to defend himself and even to try and attack her. But the way she did it, he knew that she was strong. He just couldn't come back. Do you know what I'm saying? She just clocked him with one boom. And he was a little bit dazed. He wanted to come back and say, oh, spicy, spicy. It's not spicy, cuz. It's not spicy. Rude boy, you're getting peppered, fam. And the truth is coming out. And she called him out on his bullshit. And girls need to do this more often. When you found the guy to be lying, call him out on his bull.
The truth.
I'm telling you
but
what's
what
real.
I can't handle is a liar.
You understand? She told him, shit, listen, you're a liar, though. You're telling me you want to tell me the truth, but you're a liar. You understand? Because he didn't want to tell her the truth. What he wanted to do was keep her in his pocket. And she told him the truth. Listen, she read him in the rights straight up. Boom. You understand? Let him know what gone. One thing I would say is that both of them are hurt by the situation. And why I say that is because they both threw cheap shots.
Around what I'm doing.
Because we're weak.
I can understand why you're single right now.
I'm done.
I can understand
I'm
why.
done. I want to be like the housewives and toss the drink in your face.
Yeah, don't
but
do
I got
that.
too much class.
Yeah,
Whenever you have to drop that bar, it lets you know that, listen, you're hurt by the situation. You're telling the person what you would do, but you're not going to do it. Why? Not because you can't do it, but because you're hurt by the situation and you wanted to show that, listen, you still got the last say. And I think that's what Melinda was trying to do. In the whole thing, she was trying to also get the last say. It's like taking back your power. Do you know what I'm saying? So she made sure that, obviously, that's why she said, I'm done. But then carried on talking because she needed to get out what she needed to get out. And even at the end, she needed to finish the conversation. I'm done. Do you get me? And that's why she had to have the last word, because it gives you power to have that last word. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she felt like her power had been stripped by allowing herself to feel a way about him, and for him to then turn it on her, it's a taking away of power. Do you get me? So for her to regain the power, she needs to have that last word on him and to pepper him. You get me? Standard. You have to understand, for men, we want a woman that's bendable. That doesn't mean we want to break you. No, we want a woman who's bendable in the sense of she's able to yield to my leadership. When a woman's not able to lead to our leadership, we don't want you. Another man will be able to lead you, but if you're not allowing me to lead you, I don't want you. Deep it. That's why Melinda said to him, you're weak. Because she came after the fact that he wanted to lead, and she wasn't giving him foot to lead. Deep it. I'm not saying that she's bad for this. I'm saying that deep what people say, because the things that they say are so key. She showed us that his leadership in her eyes was not strong. Deep it. By saying he's weak, she was questioning his leadership in this particular role play that they have. Do you get what I'm saying? She knew how to come at him. And he knew also that it's painful for him because he's not able to leave Melinda. Melinda's not going to allow him to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why she's assertive and saying, this is what I want, so I want. I'm not saying anything particularly wrong with that in the sense of knowing what you want, but I'm saying in the dialogue between them two, and what I just saw in that video, she was right to say what she was saying, but I'm saying as men, maybe the reason why he didn't want her, not because he wasn't attracted to her, but her assertiveness meant there was no room to bend. Now, I know some women are going to comment on it because they comment on my other video saying, this is what's wrong with black men. No. Deep it. Watch the video of Stormy and watch the video of Melinda and see how the two behave. Stormy is bendable because she's able to relate and yield to the leadership of what's his name? Sorry, what was a blood clot name, man? You know who I'm talking about, the guy. Anyway, so when she showed that she's able to yield, he instantly said, I want to spend more time with you and get to know you. Why? Not because he's more attractive, but because of the fact of the nature. Men want women that are bendable. Women that do bend. And I'm not talking about that will bend to every will and nut and cranny, but are able to yield and give me leadership rights. When you don't give me leadership rights and you're trying to co-lead, we've got a problem. People in the car, there's not two steering wheels, there's one. Deep it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. Love you, leave you, heaven forever, little black bug. You already know what time it is. Oh, my voice gone. Damn. Appreciate you. Safe. Deuces.